So, clearly, honestly and truly, Joseline Hernandez woke up this morning and she made the decision to choose violence when it comes to Wendy Williams. So, all morning, all afternoon, I've been getting like phone calls, text messages, DMs, people sending me these clips of Wendy Williams and Joseline, Joseline on Wendy Williams' show earlier today. Now, she was coming on to promote her cabaret show, which I've not seen yet. I haven't seen season 1, neither have I seen season 2, but I hear the shit is real lit and ghetto as fuck. But I'm getting all these messages and stuff from everybody. Oh my God, have you seen Joseline read Wendy on her show? And da 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 da. Wendy got exactly what she deserved and blah 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 blah. So I was like, oh Lord, here we go. I was like, let me go work out. Let me go run my errands. And then after, I'm finished all of that, after I, get me something to eat, sit down, let me watch Joseline, quote unquote, read Wendy Williams on her show. So I literally just finished watching it. And yes, Joseline decided to choose violence when it came to Wendy Williams today. Now, let me say this. Joseline had some points. She definitely had some points when it comes to black women uplifting other black women. Specifically, she feels that Wendy treats black women differently. She puts them down. She doesn't approach them or attack them the same way that she attacks white women, which is less, or other women, Asian women or whatever the case may be. And I'm gonna say this, there is some truth to that. Now, everybody knows I love Wendy. I love Wendy to death or whatever. That's my auntie. She's a friend in my head. I haven't met her yet. None of that. Well, I've been to the show or whatever, but I haven't met her. But one day I'm gonna be on that damn purple couch. But anywho, I do notice that sometimes Wendy does have the tendency to be a little bit harder on the black girls, specifically the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She has that on off again friendship with Nene, but overall, besides Candy, and she likes Kenya, whatever, but overall, she really don't do the show like that. She watches the show from time to time, but she's constantly putting it down. But when you're watching Beverly Hills, or when she's talking about New York or any of the other franchises, she isn't as hard as she is on the ladies from the Housewives. I also heard when it comes to Married to Medicine, none of the Married to Medicine women have even been on her show. A lot of the Love and Hip Hop girls haven't been on her shows. There's a lot of people, in the reality world who Wendy doesn't necessarily do. So I kind of get what Joseline was saying, because as much as I love Wendy, she does do that sometimes. She is extra hard on the black women, but it could come from a place of, I am a black woman and I'm tired of seeing my sisters out here tearing each other down or whatever the case may be. Joseline's point is, well, if you're tired of it or whatever, uplift us, do better. Now, I'm going to say this. Now, Joseline, the way you went about that shit was wrong as hell. You don't try to check nobody on their show on national TV like that. You see what happened to Omarosa the last time she tried to do that shit to Wendy. Wendy shut that ass down, and every time Omarosa has been on the show since then, they have a little back and forth, but she don't go too far. I feel, Joseline, that Wendy has always been that bitch that makes a way, or she creates a lane for you. You don't see Joseline going on The View. You don't see Joseline on Good Morning America. And Joseline, I think maybe has been on The Real, but I mean, honestly, their viewership, their ratings isn't necessarily as high as Wendy. You don't see Joseline on any of the other real daytime shows besides Wendy, because Wendy's the only one who fucks with you, and she hypes you up a little bit, because I believe she does know that you are a star. She gives you your flowers. She gives you your crown. So ultimately, I see what Joseline was saying. She went about it the wrong way. I felt that, that was a conversation that she should have had off camera, or maybe like a podcast with Wendy or someplace else. You don't do that shit on national television in front of people. I think Wendy handled it very, very, very well. Because let me tell you something. If it was me or anybody else try to check me on my own goddamn show, bitch, pull the plug. Let's go to some more hot topics. I can tell you, bitch, you want to choose violence? I can choose violence too. That type of behavior is not going to warrant someone else to invite Joseline onto her show. I'm happy for Joseline or whatever. I felt a long time ago, you know, that she is definitely TV material. But girl, what's your show about? The cabaret. I mean, you are trying to deposit into the women, but bitch, all they do is fight on that goddamn show. From the clips that I see, all they do is tear each other down. What was that from this season? The girl said she just had an abortion with twins and whatever. The girl was like double homicide. Boom. Bitch, what? So before you start attacking other people, make sure you sweep around your own front door. But Joseline, you want people to respect you and you want people to invite you into other spaces. Girl, make sure that you don't pull no shit like that before. There's a way that you can address things and that you can, you know, raise your concerns. But like that wasn't it, boo. Wendy, you did a good job. Wendy handled herself very, very well. She kept trying to move forward. Joseline wanted to stay there. She wanted to talk more about it. Blah, 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 blah. I totally get it. Wendy let her go. She kept letting her go. And even towards the end, you know, she came back and said how, you know, Joseline, you know, you are doing a good job. You are that superstar. So, you know, walk in it, you know, enjoy it. But girl, that is not the way you come on somebody's show and try to get a point across. I don't know if Wendy is ever going to have Joseline back on there again, because if I was Wendy, I wouldn't have her back on there. But Joseline, what Joseline was saying is, I think, a larger problem in the African-American community. And it's just not just with black women. It's just with black people altogether. We have the tendency to be extra hard, extra critical on each other. And sometimes I get why. You know, we want to make sure that we are good before we present ourselves to other people. But sometimes some people are just nasty for no reason. Some people are just jealous for no reason. Some people are just critical for no goddamn reason. And I think that's something that we definitely need to work on as a community. So for all of my friends who've been asking me, Mo, what you thought about it, was quite entertaining. Yes, it's gonna make me want to subscribe to the Zeus Network. If it's more than $5, bitch, I ain't gonna get on it. And what I think needs to happen is Diddy needs to buy Zeus Network and somehow incorporate it into his Revolt TV, because clearly Zeus is doing something right. It's one of those places that's kind of on the up and up. So we'll see, but that's my reaction to the whole thing. Bye, y'all.